Chop, chop, all my young homie. All my young homie, chop, 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 all my young homie. Chop, 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 chop.
So what's up, y'all? Today is my 31st birthday, and instead of just telling you how grateful I am, which I am, I want to do something a little different. Over the past few years, I built a real estate portfolio of around $22 million. I've raised millions of dollars from private investors. I've retired both my wife and myself, and most importantly, I became a dad. But I'm also incredibly proud of the things that I've done because none of that came easy. So today, I want to share with you 31 life lessons, one for every year, that has helped me go from burned out, stuck and grinding, to financially free, mentally aligned, and surrounded by people I truly love. So if you're building something of your own, whether it's wealth, business, or a better version of yourself, I promise that at least one of these will hit you exactly where you need it, because a lot of these have impacted me massively on my journey. So first and foremost, life is so much more important than business, because if you lose yourself or your family in the process, what's even the point of all this stuff? Family makes life worth it. Nothing you build will matter if you're not present with the people you love. Period. Like, that's a hard stop. Time freedom is greater than money freedom. Chasing just dollars is a trap. Buy back your time. You can build wealth without sacrificing your values. There's no point in winning if you lose yourself, your health, your relationships along the way. One day, your kids will ask you what you really did with your life. Build a story that you are incredibly proud to tell them. Next section is all about the inner game, that mindset. Mindset isn't part of success. It is the absolute foundation. Most successful people you admire had no clue what they were doing when they started. They just kept going, me included. Working a job isn't bad, but staying stuck in one that you hate, that is bad. Real estate is just a vehicle. The driver of that vehicle is going to be your mindset. Discipline will take you further than motivation ever will. You are not behind. You are just early in your story. Your identity needs to grow way before your income ever will. You're not lazy. You're just not emotionally connected to what you're doing. Burnout, that usually comes from misalignment. It's not too much work. It's working on things that you do not want to be working on. Next is building your base. Before you scale, build the right foundation in your assets, in your time, and in the people that you're working with. Passive income requires active effort up front. Respect the build phase. The fastest path to financial freedom is to owning cash flowing assets, not flipping them, not wholesaling them, not even lending on them, owning them. Ownership is the goal of assets, of your time, of your calendar, and your results. Don't scale what you don't want more of. Automate or delegate, or just say no. That's a huge issue of mine. Your calendar tells you the truth. Look at how you spend your time. That's what you really value. Relationships, that's the real return on investment. This whole game is about people, how you help them, and who helps you grow. Get in the room. You'll never grow past the quality of people you surround yourself with. A coach or mentor, they help you collapse the time. Trying to figure it out alone is possible. It's just very expensive. No one owes you success, but the right community can 100x your speed to get there. If you help others win, you will never lose. Being generous with your knowledge compounds faster than any ad strategy. You're not in the real estate business. You're in the relationship business. I really believe in mastering your money tools as well, because wealth is not earned. It's engineered through knowledge, strategy, and leverage. And speaking of that, creative finance is the greatest wealth building cheat code, but only if you master underwriting and actually understand what you're doing. Underwriting is the investor's version of a superpower. You cannot raise capital if you don't know what a good deal looks like. That's your job to figure that out. Learn that. Debt isn't evil, but misused debt is. Learn how to use it to scale to freedom, not stress. Co-living isn't just profitable. It's impactful. You can solve housing and build wealth along the way. You don't need your own money to build wealth, but you do need trust, strategy, and structure. We call this the long game energy. Nothing worth having is built overnight, but almost anything is possible with time and consistency. The reality is success looks boring up close. Repetition, however, always beats reinvention. And if you don't quit for 3 years, you'll outpace 95% of people. So why do I share these things? These are things along my journey that I wish I knew and understood as I was getting to the point that I'm at now. I am finally starting to realize that a lot of people around me, and I'm very grateful for it, that a lot of people look at me this way. They are proud of my accomplishments. They are very encouraging. They've been very supportive, because what I've done a lot is build in public. I mean, when I was active duty in the military, yeah, I had to do a lot of it behind the scenes. I didn't want any issues. Even while I was working as a government employee, I did the majority of it behind the scenes. But in the real estate investing communities that I was part of, or the people that were closest to me, they saw it. Now I'm dealing with my own mindset issues as I continue to scale and grow and take things to the next level. But I've realized that I have been such, I guess, an example to so many other people of what's possible when you put in the work, you're intentional with your time, you're intentional with your actions. And I don't take that lightly. What I want to do with all that is just help as many other people as I can on their investing journey. These 31 life lessons are a phenomenal intro to the various levels that I can help out essentially. The person who I was 7+ years ago, the person who knew he wanted to be financially free, knew that he wanted to have time freedom so that I could spend as much time as possible with my family, no questions asked, but I had no idea how I was going to get there or what that even looked like besides go be a doctor, make a bunch of money and do something with that. But then most of the doctors I saw and met at hospitals, they weren't living the life that I wanted. So I was like, okay, that's not going to work. Or the person that I was 5 years ago when I was starting my real estate investing journey, but was struggling to get my very first investment, or even the person I was 2.5 to 3 years ago when I was building my portfolio, incredibly proud of what I was doing at such a young age, 26, 27 years old, but I still had so much more to learn, to do. And it took getting into the right rooms, into the right mentorships, understanding and learning how I can truly scale to create a lifestyle that I enjoyed rather than trying to run away to this eventual thing that was never going to happen. Right. So with all that being said, that's why I'm doing 4 live trainings this month, all throughout the month of June, completely open, completely public, completely free. Every single one is going to provide you massive value, starting with the first one, June 12th, 5 p.m. PST. We're going to be going over financial freedom. How are you going to define your financial freedom number? What does that number look like? Well, how long would it take you to get there through real estate investing? What did my journey look like? I know the majority of people out there who have done the things that I've done, or at least claim to, they're not public or transparent about any of their numbers of their journey. I'm not going to question why that is. I know they sell a bunch of education, make a bunch of money. So whatever, right? That's up to them. But I do want to share. I really want you guys to understand what it looks like so you have an actual example of what the process can look like for you and for your family, regardless of what your end goal is. So we're focused on financial freedom on June 12th. Saturday, June 14th at 8 a.m. PST, we're going to be going over deal analysis. Obviously, I think real estate investing is a huge, that's like one of the best asset classes to become financially free, especially at that 10 to 20K a month passive income. And then you leverage that for higher assets, whatever you want to do with your life. However, to be able to buy and hold real estate, I think you heard me say it a bunch of times, I think it's really important that you understand the numbers of real estate investing and why, in my opinion, co-living is the absolute best strategy for the majority of people who want to be real estate investors to scale towards financial freedom efficiently. You're getting way better returns in every regard, way better ownership benefits, and you're helping solve the affordable housing crisis where no one else really is. Then I'm going to go into how you find great capital partners so you can fund your deals using little to none of your own money, just the same way I have, as well as how you can consistently find great creatively financed deals and doing like a fraction of the work. And the final session will be next week, and that will be focused on the super investor cheat code. Basically everything that I've learned as I've was stuck, growing, scaling, and optimizing my plan, like my process, and just getting better and better and better and really helping me scale, especially to the results that I wanted. That's what the super investor cheat code is going to be about. Quick preview: co-living to maximize your overall returns, creative financing to make yourself more scalable and get better overall wealth benefits and cash flow, and then capital raising. It's phenomenal that people are getting 10%, 12% cash on cash return. Some people are doing much less than that, maybe a few $100. But when you are combining that with capital raising, co-living, and creative financing, we're talking about $1,000 to $2,000+ a month in cash flow. You're buying that using little to none of your own money. Your personal returns in that scenario are infinite, and you're infinitely scalable as long as you have the bandwidth to be able to handle that portfolio. So with all that, I've got a bunch of free trainings. I believe the link is down below. If you don't know, go on my Instagram. I have everything on my Instagram at Michael MNAT Michael Mnat, MNAT. Nice and not easy. So with that being said, I'm gonna go enjoy my birthday. We're gonna go golfing. We're gonna go on a nice beach hike, and then we're gonna go and eat. We're gonna eat a couple of times. But with that, guys, I hope you have a blessed day. Thank you for everyone who has been so supportive and encouraging and a part of my journey. I do not take it lightly. I do not even realize sometimes the impact that I've had on people and the feedback that I've received from all you guys. I appreciate you. I love you. Like, seriously, you have no idea how motivating it is. You know, I talk a lot about discipline, but how motivating it truly is hearing the impact I've had to help so many people on their investing journey. This is not just my paid super investors community, free wealth to real estate community with over 1,200, I think 1,300 members, all on YouTube, literally everything, all over the place. And I just appreciate all of the love and feedback, because all I want to do is help you guys on your investing journeys. So with that, have a phenomenal day, and I'll see you guys for tomorrow's live stream, plus office hours, plus my super investors. I will see you for a mastermind call tomorrow. It's going to be a freaking good one. All right, y'all. Have a blessed day.
All my young